Yeah, and as the title of this video implies, it's going to be like a story time because I don't really have like points. Just narrate it how it happened, and I trust you pick one or two things from it. So please, if you're just joining us for the first time, please subscribe, like, and watch. Make sure you watch to the end of this video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I could recall, I think that was 2014, around August ending thereabouts, and like 2024 was quite a year for me. At the beginning of 2024, I was doing POS as at that time, and the place we were doing POS, government came, Tinubu came, and asked that we vacate that place. Yes, it was in a bus stop, a certain bus stop. So I had my umbrella, I had my chair, my table, my POS machine. Doing my little POS business honorably as I should do it. And it came, and we were chased away. So I left, and I began to ask God, what next? Although before that time, I prayed to God that okay, I want to start earning in dollars, and then he opened me to the forex space, and that was it. I felt like July, so I stayed like a couple of months without a job. I didn't even know how it happened. That's when I knew that scripture began to make sense.
Which one?
That Matthew chapter 6 says, if the fowl of the air can eat and have where to stay without toiling, and so how much more you, a human being. So that those months were literal explanation of that scripture practically expressed in my life. And God was faithful, had resources. I didn't borrow. People were gifting me, out of their own goodwill. Fast forward to July, I think I got a job that my neighbor got for me rather. And the job was not really, the job that glorifies God. I had to do some things that I supplement my faith, and as if the story of the one I remember is like laugh. The story of Jonah, when God told him to go to Nineveh, and he said no, he entered another ship and was going a different route, and then a storm came upon that ship, and people began to inquire like, this is not normal. Somebody here is causing this ship to have this experience. And they fished out Jonah, and what did they do? They threw him out of the ship. That was literally my life is a script. That was literally what happened. So as I began to work for them, for the first time in a long time, they caught one of their guys, and a particular Sunday, a particular Saturday night, I told my employer that I'm going to go to church on Sunday. He said, I go to church. I said, yes, I go to church. And because I was asking because of the kind of job that we were doing. Obviously.
It was not so before they think like it's illegal.
It's not illegal job per se.
Okay, let's just give context, right?
Okay.
They sell accessories, is it?
Yes, you sell smoking accessories.
Not just
smoking accessories.
Basically, that's what they
yes. Yeah. So I'm not a smoker, and my faith doesn't condone smoking. So,
but working in a cigarette company.
Exactly.
Because some people have that.
Yeah.
They're working in a company that produces
alcohol, a beer company. Yeah, some might think it's lawful.
Just your job.
But no.
You like to take from your job. But at the same time, you're adding to
I can't go for evangelism and try to bring people out of what I am
actually working with.
Yes, partnering to promote or sell. So that was the case. And that Sunday after church, I went back to work, but the work is like every day. Every day. I went back to work. Yes, and something happened. I think I had a little nap, and before you know it, I woke up and the guy was telling me, "You're fired." And bear in mind, this was the week to our Youth Arrive convention, and I wanted to go to that convention, but I didn't know how because we were working every day. But when the news came, I found out that okay, this is an answered prayer. You understand? Because when something happens to me, I like to think about it in a way that okay, this is actually to my favor. I'm not trying to start regretting or anything. So that happened, and Ayak 2024 came. That was I think August, and last year August, and that time my rent was already due. I was my former house where I was
staying.
Very small house. Very like
you made a video of that house now. I don't know. So I can put it in this video. Are you shy?
I don't know. I'll try to pitch it out. I'm not shy. Shy for what? My story. That's how story is now. If my story was from grace to grass, it's going to be sweet. But like from that place to here, it's actually a big, very big testimony. So that August 31st, my landlord already sent me a message that remember when this August 31st. And bear in mind, I was paying 200k. 200k that for the place I was renting. A year before that year, 2024, the man told us that we're going to increase the rent 100%, meaning he's going to double it. So
you're going
to pay 400,000. And then when I was paying 200,000, I was not even, I've never paid the money like once before. Once like this. Now he's not telling me 400k.
You used to pay it in bits.
In bits. In bits of business that time. You understand? So now the man sent me 400k. What I said, what I did my landlord that God provides for his children. That I just sent him a message and I allowed it slide. As that year, came August, and I went for the youth convention. But I went with a mindset. I went with the fact that see, if I'm coming back from this program, something must happen. I don't know because if I send it use as prayer point, I don't know how to even play the prayer points. What I want God to do.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't say anything that wants to happen, it should just happen, but something must happen upon my return from IAC 2025. So I went for IAC 2025. Bear in mind, I went to IAC with just 7,000 my home and abroad, my last card.
And IAC is like a 5-day camp.
A 5-day, yes. From Tuesday to like Saturday. Sunday we do Thanksgiving and we come.
Yeah.
So I went with 7,000 naira to IAC 2024. And I got on the ground on IAC. And when I was going to go for IAC, my prayer point had changed because I already saw like a video, I think it's Apostle Oropo talking about this scripture, Matthew 4:4. That man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. And in that video, he made a statement. I was like, if you are not hearing the voice of God, you're just existing, you're not living. So he struck a chord in my spirit. A night before I went, my prayer point changed. So my prayer point was like, God, I want to hear you. You understand? Since hearing you now is far more than house rent. If I can hear you, house rent is a walkover. Yeah. Because when God speaks, he speaks spirit and life. Things will just happen.
Yeah.
You understand? And I give an instruction that we just change the whole game. So that was the instruction in my spirit. So my prayer point changed. So lucky enough for me, during IAC, our personal supplication time was not 20 minutes instead of the regular 10 minutes. So we have 20 minutes to press. So I never left any 20 minutes on I pressed, I shouted, I screamed, I groaned, I prayed earnestly that God, I want to be able to hear you. You understand? Now, bear in mind, I forgot all my prayer points. Forgot all the rent I was owing because I don't know. There's a feeling when you get into Canaan land. I don't know. I worship at Winners Chapel, Living Faith Church Worldwide headquarters. That's Canaan land. There's a feeling when you get into Canaan land, you seem to forget the worries and the world that you left behind.
Very true. It's just that ambience.
I was supposed to pay a whooping sum of 100k August 31st. And this was like August 1920. Few days. No savings. Nobody promised me anything.
No job.
Because when they pay me half of the money, I gave my sister 10k. Again, I wanted with the hope of I'll continue again the next month.
Only for them to sack him, right?
So it's just as if God wanted me to squander that money and not use it for myself because it's not money from me.
Salary at the end of the day.
No, because money was not from me.
And let's even put that. I feel like you're already feeling bad for that job, but you don't have to.
But you don't have to leave, no.
Because so how do I continue?
How will I do it?
Yes.
So I basically did not put my trust in God at that point. But I don't know. This my name speaks for me to the day. God is merciful. He always shows mercy. I don't know how. It just shows mercy. And that was I went for IAC with 7k with me, but I was one of the leaders. So we're living on the money that came proceeds for leadership.
The church already got that money.
Yes, the zone. Yeah. So we have our own share. So I was living by that, and I never for once remembered what I had, what was going on at home or what I was going to go and meet. You understand? And bear in mind that IAC, she came around. I've never done IAC when she was around before. No, she never attended IAC with me before. I never attended a couple of IAC. So
I attended mine in school.
Exactly. Yeah. So this particular IAC 24, she came. she came, and
that was when I took my leave from office.
And then in mind, during this period, we're not together. I was still looking at her from a distance. I was still coming to check on her, binge watch her channel, to see that nobody is there doing rubbish, trying to take my package. I knew that she was mine. You know, that was what you call, it's not snooping or stalking. I was been watching her channel, you know. So exactly. So I saw her again, fell in love with her again, and got so kind. The distance from the church to the hostel was quite a distance, and we had to go on foot. So we had a lot of time talking, missing, laughing, you know, blaming ourselves, blame. You know, just those things. They were very cute. I enjoyed myself. And 2 days after, I think the next day, the job that has applied for
out to me to
come for like screening and stuff like that. So she had to depart the next day.
So I left the camp. I came to them and then I left the
next day.
And like, for a 5-day program.
I felt so down. I felt I felt like crying. Like, why are you going now? Like, but but later I realized that it was for my good, because had it been she was around, maybe I would not have, you know, had enough focus like I had to get what I came to get, because I know I came there to get something.
Yeah.
You understand? And she would have been a distraction, you know, low key, right? So I'm grateful for that. For now, yes, I'll be inside and I'll be thinking that when I'm going to have our next work, what we talk about, stuff like that. So, but that didn't happen because she had to leave the next day. Again, it gave me a lot of time to be focused, my precision to what I wanted to come and get in that place. You know, and then in my life, I told you that my prayer point had changed. I was not thinking about renting. I was not even thinking about Lekki. You know, I was in Kinaland. Then the program continued, and if I decided, I think we had a certain night, I think it was the third night or the second night. So I was in a service, you know, and normally for me, I don't bring out my phone in the service. I think even the previous night, I dropped my phone in the hostel, came out without my phone. No, but this time, this day, I brought my phone. I don't know why I brought it, but I brought it. And I think my phone was online. I was not online, but my data was on. And then I got a message, you know, from a particular agent that was helping us do some things, you know, concerning the property that we wanted to, like, you know, sell at a particular time.
I was also into real estate.
They were not really paying like that, because
I remember you used to post those things online.
Yes, exactly. So I had the agent reached out and was like, okay, the particular property that we were, like, you know, bargaining to sell for a long time. We had a price to it, and even the price that we had, people were trying to beat the price down to some ridiculous amount. So we just said, those guys are not serious, we should leave it, you know, and we left it. And there on that ground, the agent just reached out and said a new client was interested. I mean, that's like 100 times that she's bringing that kind of notice to me, so it's nothing special. He just said, they're fine. How much is he interested in the thing? He said it was the amount he called was like 2 times the amount of what we were functioning at that time. Still, I mean, it's talk now. Talk is cheap. You can let them say what they're saying. Fine. I said, okay, I have messaged him, there's no problem, anything you wanted to do, you know, and stuff like that. And that passed. So I think that same night, I don't know what happened, but after the service, I just had a strange, would I say, weakness of the spirit or faith. And I told myself, nobody was there, that I'll get married.
No, you already had said this.
I already said it when you were there. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe you had.
But I know I said it. I said it that time. So I was just more like, you know, why this, because I want to do something that can trigger her response. Let's just banter. Let's just go back and forth like that.
But you said it then. But I will get married before the next convention. He told me.
I just said it like, you know, for me to get a reaction from her. I got a reaction. So she was telling me congratulations. I was like,
because we're really dating that time. We're single now.
What do you mean? I said I'm married. I told you congratulations. So what? That was so funny. But like, but this particular night, it just dawned on me that I'm going to get married before I turn 25.
Okay.
As in, that's not. There was a knowing in my spirit that I could not ward off. It was like an imprint. You know, when the Bible said that it was going to write His commandments upon the tables of the hearts of the children of Israel. When they write commandment in your heart, it's not how you remove yourself, you want to remove your heart. So it's imprinted there. That was the kind of thing I had. It was imprinted in my spirit that I was going to get married. So, almost I started declaring boldly. I told her she had gone home. She didn't know anything was happening. But on my own, I got to tell myself that I will get married before. I took a step of it. I called my dad that night.
That happened so fast. I remember when
I said I don't understand what happened to me, but I called my dad immediately. I was like, Daddy, I want to get married. So he responded like, okay, it's a good thing. Look for the person. I said, I have the person already. She's a bus. She walks. He said, look, it was not that. It was all of a sudden out of the blues. I pray you want to know how. So that's right. But bear in mind, I said I came to have a 7,000 naira in my hand. That was my whole on abroad. Nothing else to do. There was no job. I was going back to the island to meet. There was no business whatsoever, and what have you. And bear in mind, I told you my prayer point had changed. I told God I wanted to hear Him more. So I think that was a stepping into the answer prayer, because it didn't come as an audible voice, but it came as a stamp in my heart that this is the way to go. Walk therein. And I took the first call, and after Aya came and Aya went, and I got back home, and I realized that I could not eat anymore. I really could not eat anymore. I lost appetite, and I found out that it was for my good. Then I began to have these strong cravings for books. That was when I began to buy books like crazy. I began to pray. I began to fast. And that's when I began to now hear God. He told me when to register it, and He told me the name that I should call it. So profound, because I prayed that God should speak to me, and God spoke to me, and then God now spoke to me about faith. In Mark chapter 11 verse 23 and 24, saying, whatsoever that purpose in your heart, say that whatsoever you believe in your heart, say it and it shall be. So God explained to me that this faith thing is a hard thing. If you can conquer the battle in your heart, when you say it, it will respond. People just say something, I don't mean it. But when you have it fashioned and formed in your heart already, that this thing don't happen already, it already happened. When you say it, it carries weight. That was what the Holy Spirit was teaching me. I began to hear God well, and then after that, I now reached out to her, because I reached out to her. Yes, I started trying to like build a deliberate rapport. I don't think that time she knew how serious I was, but I started doing those things to prove to her that this guy has plans. Like, first of all, a miracle came. My landlord sent me a message of quick notice. Now, wait. After he's alive, wait. People might think that quick notice is a bad thing, but to me it was an answered prayer. Because when I saw that message of quick notice, I began to dance. I began to celebrate that he has extended my stay from August 31 to February next year.
Yeah, because the law Nigeria says that when you throw a tenant out of your apartment, you give them a duration
of 6 months
to gather themselves and leave. So usually 6 months.
This is the law of Nigeria, of Lagos, or Nigeria, whatsoever. Yeah. But bear in mind, this landlord, a particular situation happened, and the man from this same landlord, I didn't collect that tenancy agreement fee. So he was looking at the man has said it several times that he helped me out. Just give me that place we live in. Like, I'm not even a student. They have said this blabbering before.
That means just throw you out.
Throw me out. Yes, and he has made threats like that to that effect. Okay. That he will call people to throw me out of the house. But for the man to give me 6 months, I like a dignified tenant.
Like you're saying for free. You're not going to pay anything for the next 6 months. But after the 6 months is over, then you must vacate.
Vacate the place. Okay. You understand? And bear in mind, a brother that has communicated it to this thing to, like, someone I look up to, a lot. Like, yes, I look up to him like my other brother. Yeah. The other brother I never had. I told him about the situation, and I was like, progress. If I say make I send this money, I need to help you. Build your faith. He now said something. He said, the way God will do it for you, it might not be, let me speak it in English, sorry. It might not be that he will provide the money to pay the rent, but God will do something for you that you know the testimony. So when I saw the message, because when I saw the message on WhatsApp, I saw my landlord. My heart had already started rising, because before that time I had peace. I was praying, I was fasting, I was not thinking about that rent. The Canaan crowd followed me to the house. I was not thinking. So when I saw the message, so I was like, okay, reality I wanted to now dawn on me. The one I opened and answered that she has extended. So if you have watched up to now, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and please watch to the end, because I mean, we still have a lot to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So I began to make moves, to actually tell her that I was ready. First things first, God came to the client I told you about. Made the first that called in the church that seemed so regular, nonchalant, and was just saying rubbish, because I mean, we were trying to sell this thing for a particular price, and people were coming and were giving us rubbish price. Now you're coming to ask for a higher price.
The person wants to
so obviously maybe you're whining me, right?
That has to be a joke.
So I didn't put my mind to it. I was believing that, okay, this business that God has given me, He will open, because He gave me the business. So I felt that was where I was going. So that was my confidence was in what God's going to say now, because I really prayed that I started hearing Him. So it was a win-win for me. But something happened. God so kind. The client now made the first installment. The first installment of the money that he wanted to pay to us. Hey God. I was like, God, is this how you do your own thing? Because when I got that quick notice, they have not paid any installment money.
Yeah.
So it's not like I had the confidence that, okay, I'll get the house. No. I just feel that, okay, this particular window that God has given me, you might do something.
Yeah.
From that time to this. Yes, you do something.
Now the money came even less than 1 month.
Less than 2 weeks
after the
youth alive. So the money came. I was like, God, so is this how you do your own thing? That you choose to honor me this way? I didn't come to pray for her.
Because the money was way higher than what you guys were bidding for. Than what you guys were putting out
for.
Who pays higher than you tell them to pay? You get. And so it's not like there was a competition over that.
No.
It's not that we're saying the highest bidder get paid.
No. The person just came and decided to just buy the rate he bought it for. It was mind blowing. I could not, like, I can really feel how I felt that day. It was surreal. My younger brother was staying with me, and he jumped up now. His faith in God was made strong.
When he saw that.
You can check my brother out now. He's a man of God. He knew what God did.
He saw God.
He knew what God did. And at my work, I was telling him, he was saying, okay, we'll see. But when it happened, he saw it. But he saw it that it happened. God was faithful. So the installment came. So I was like, God, so your plan was not coming to renew this one.
But the money that came was not enough for you to leave
the place.
Because the rent, if you're going to renew that rent, you're going to pay like
400,000.
And what came was more than times 3 or
1, 3.
Was more than times 4. Was more than times 6 of that.
The money was cumbersome. So that was how God took me from that place. So I now started showing her signs that I was ready.
You didn't tell me, right? Let's think what happened. When you told me you were going to marry me, so I thought, okay, all right. I mean, you said it from the onset 3 years ago that you just married me, so it's not like it's new.
I mean,
not to say that I do not believe him. So but I just feel like when you are put together, like when you want to do the wedding, you cannot come to me.
Yeah.
So that was the level that I kept it. So we're not dating, even though I know we're going to end up getting married, right? So that day he just sent me houses on WhatsApp and said, which one do you think I should go for? Remember, I'm like, you came out of it, like I get it. You must have contacted a lot of faith from there. So I knew he was acting by faith. But trust me, I didn't know he had any money anywhere in the world to get the apartment. So, but because I'm a faith person, so I'm not about to kill your vibe. So which I was choosing. But I was just choosing for flexing. Like, if I knew that there was a money somewhere that I'm going to pay for that house, I would go for one. I'd be like, no, this is the house I actually want. Yes. So, but because I didn't know, I thought he was just trying to display faith. And I like it for you. That you're not displaying your faith. You're not putting your faith to work. So I was just choosing by faith.
Yes, and to me, I was actually that was me trying to show her a sign that okay, I'm ready.
Okay, for us to move.
I'm ready. Yeah, I told you, I didn't want to just be talking now with mouths. I wanted to be showing
actions,
workings, like you would say. So I sent her to a couple of apartments. So she would say, okay, this one is nice, and I said, okay. I started buying some properties. Just like
he bought everything new. Everything. I said, when I came there, I saw brand new generator in the carton. I'm like, wait. Bed. He did this bed. This bed you guys are seeing now. He did this bed new. I'm like, this is
new mattress,
new TV,
new fan,
everything was in carton. Fan was in carton. You can move to an apartment, right? And you're buying like first, second use, that kind of thing, London used, imported. Those. I think I was buying everything in carton. Right. And I knew that there was something I didn't know.